mansion where I had sometimes played chess. And when I'm out, I'm looking for that vintage flame. But all complexions that I adore, so hard to find, these seem impossible to score. So I dream on to someday find that vintage love. I kept on looking, but everyone's such a bore.
Well, hello my sweet friends, and welcome back. My name is Nicole Cole. If you're new, I love everything home, and I'm not one style. I love all the styles, and I like to mix and match them all together. Today we are working in our dining room. It has taken me forever to get all of my Christmas decor down. I don't know if it's just I'm older and I move a little bit slower, but it has really, and if I would turn this camera around and show you guys, I still have stuff in my entryway. But my sweet husband helped me yesterday, and we moved all the Christmas trees out. They were in boxes. And my grandmother, I don't know if anyone else is like this, has this old tale my grandmother used to say, God rest her soul. Tootsie, you have to have all your Christmas down before New Year's. So I had it down. Not saying I had it put up, but I had it down. So today I wanted to work a little bit in this dining room. I have been slowly trying to piece it back together, and we'll go over the entire room when I get through doing this with you guys. But you can see I have my cart behind me. It's got all my greenery in it. And then my husband bought me this new foot tub for Christmas. It is beautiful. It's huge. And you may have seen it in my Christmas home tour. I had it on our dining room table, and that's where I want to use it again. But I thought I would share with you guys how I put it together, because it is, let me just pick it up. It's super heavy. It's extremely large, and it's printed down on the inside. So it's absolutely gorgeous. And you can see how big this thing is. So I wanna show you how I fixed it on our dining room table, and I thought that you would enjoy this. So let's get started. So I have my pot here ready to go. And I do wanna do some paper whites, just like I had it in Christmas, but I wanna do it a little different. I don't want the Christmas greenery. I have a lot of my YouTube friends that are doing winter decor. I just don't like to do that. I don't like to leave all my Christmas greenery out. I wanted it up, put up, and I'm done. So I decided that I didn't want to glue any styrofoam. I didn't want to put the little tacky stuff in the bottom of my pot. I just am going to use an old shoebox. I'm going to take a piece of, now let me tell you, if your husband does any kind of woodworking, or if you have a friend that does any kind of woodworking, these little pieces come in super handy. I use them all the time to, you know, level up my pieces and cover them up so you don't see them. So always keep these little pieces of 2x4s. I love using them. There's my shoebox. I'm gonna put that in the bottom. Now, you may remember I use this quite often. This is the garland piece that I got from Hobby Lobby. It was probably about 6 foot long, but it's real airy, and I'll try to get as close as I can so you can see it. So it's got a lot of areas I can stick things in. So my thought is to put it into the shoebox, but I think I need to put some kind of filler in my box first. So traditionally, you would use styrofoam, but I'm not going to use styrofoam in this today. I'm just going to use bubble wrap and maybe even some tissue. You could use old grocery bags. That would work. I just need some height in there. All right, so I've got my shoebox filled, and I'm just going to put it back down in the pot and then stick my mossy greenery around. And I have quite a bit of it. What this is going to do, it's going to allow me to stick my flowers in and hopefully hold it in place. These are my paper whites. I bought these off of Home Depot. I'll be glad to link them down below. I absolutely love them. They look so real. It's just phenomenal how real they look. So they have 3 flowers and 1 little bud, and the bud is even a different color, just super pretty. But I'm just gonna stick that down in there and hope and pray that my moss will hold it. And it does to a certain extent. But I have these moss balls that I used for Christmas, and I thought I could kind of stick them down underneath just to hold them where they sit better, because I want these separated. So I have this other one, and you probably saw I took this root system that they have and I kind of pulled that up so my stem could go deep down in there. And my final one, this is my 3rd one. I'm just gonna stick that down in there. And you can tell I'm putting it all around that styrofoam moss piece that I put down in there. Now, I may even need to take my little greenery or mossy pieces that I have and kind of stick them around my flowers. I want to see the bulb of the flower, but I don't want to see my box, and I surely don't want my flowers falling over. I am taking some stuff and kind of propping it and then putting my moss back over. I think I'm gonna have to do that here as well. So what I did is I'm just taking my flower up just slightly, taking a piece of bubble wrap, ramming it in that void that I have, and filling it up. Because once again, I want to see that bulb. I want it to look real. Void again. This is still my same 6-foot piece of this mossy stuff that I got from Hobby Lobby. Garland piece is what it is. I even have a couple of the lotus pods that I had at Christmas that I could just stick around in there just for some more just earthy feel. Now, I do want to add my blueberries. My sweet friend gave me these. I'm not quite sure where she got them. I wish I did know, but I'm just going to kind of stick them here and there just to give some blue in the pot. I did bend that one over because it does look a little tall. So all I did is I did it over like a U shape, just like that. And that actually makes it stay in there better. But I wanted this wispiness. Few more moss balls, and I'm just going to add those here and there. Now I could come back and I could add apples. I could add pears. I could add any little piece down below just to give it more of a, if you wanted to use it in the kitchen or things of that nature. But I want mine real earthy in here. And that is all I'm going to do to it. I love this look. I may have to adjust. Would it have been easier if I had put styrofoam? Probably. But I just didn't want to put styrofoam in the bottom. I just wanted to use it where I could change it out really quick and easily. So that is why I did it this way. But just to give you an idea of how I do my flower arrangements. And I think it's beautiful. the room turned out really, really pretty. I'm gonna pan around the room. Bear's peeking around the corner there. But I wanted y'all to see how simple it is, but I love the simplicity of it just for the fact after Christmas, I get a little claustrophobic during Christmas. If you could have seen, you can go back and look at our home tour. I had a lot of trees. In fact, one of the trees was right here. This gray cabinet was on the wall behind me, but I moved it back where it was. And I did take these off of the wall during or right before Christmas, but I had all of my little, you know, pictures that I had, my little creamers that I needed a spot to put in. I will figure out where we're gonna put those, but for right now, I'm gonna leave them here. And I mixed in a lot of my blue. And now I want y'all to look at the placement of items. So I try to express to y'all hills and valleys, and you can see I start high on one side, go down low, a little dip, and then back high again. It brings your eye across the piece. Not only that, if you'll look at my furniture, high, you know, the ladder's medium, down to my buffet table, and then up, back up, and then a little higher for the, you know, so you do that throughout your room to give your eye a place to carry across, if that makes sense. Now on my ladder, I had seen where someone had did all of their doilies, and I have quite a few, but I just put some on there. And I wanted to kind of tell y'all, I tied this wreath to the piece because I didn't want to put a nail in it, and I just hung my doily over it, another doily. This one is precious to me. This is my grandmother's apron. And I thought, you're supposed to use some black in every room. It's very stained, but you know, every one of those stains to me is a memory. And I love that of my grandmother. Mama is what I called her. And then a linen piece with some lace on the bottom. Now on the buffet table, y'all, I saw where someone used rabbits for this season with their blue and white. And I thought, you know, I love my rabbits, but I think I want to keep my deers out. It's winter, so let's keep the deers out. But I want y'all to look in that mirror and look back at my mural on the wall. How beautiful that black deer, and then you see that mural in the background. I love this. I thought it turned out beautiful. I have a little piece of driftwood on there. And once again, you see those hills and valleys going across. I had these brass, these were my great-grandmother's, and I hung them over here around. We are about ready to do something a little different in this dining room, and I'll share it with you all later in the year. So it's another project coming up. But on this wall, you know, I have the shelves on either side, but I decided to flank my hutch with my larger blue and white pieces. And I just, you know, mixed in, instead of hanging these, y'all, I just didn't like these on the wall. They were just too flimsy seeming to me. Could I hang them on pieces of wood and then be a little stout? Probably so. But I just loved the little vignette of them propped up on either side of my hutch. Now in the hutch, I did mix in some silver because, you know, I have my great-grandmother's on my mother's side silver. I have my great-grandmother's on my dad's side silver. So I try to mix in all those precious items into all of my decor. This piece is a new find. I just bought it. I have never seen a willow bowl like this. It does say willow on the bottom, and I was ecstatic when I found it. It was like $40. I didn't think that was a bad price. The colors are absolutely gorgeous, but I bought that over in Dothan at Highlands Antiques Mall. Love that place. I go there every time I go just to make sure I don't miss anything. And then this was my great-grandmother's little table over here, and I just did that up underneath. And that one kind of mirrors the one on this side. So this turned out really pretty, and I don't know if y'all noticed, but I did recover the back to my pew. Now this pew has a story. It's not the prettiest pew I've ever seen in my life, but to me it is precious because this was in my grandmother's class at church. And I bought it from the church. I know that my grandmother mentioned one time about them working and saving money to buy pews to go in their classroom. And this is one of those pews. And I'm so tickled to have it in our home. It didn't have the little book holder on the back for the hymnals. I would love to find me some old hymnals. I haven't found any yet. But look, it's got the little communion cup, but I found this off of another pew that I redid for someone else, and she said I could have it, so I took it, and I was so happy to have it. But I would consider doing the bottom, but I don't know if I want to do that. I like the fact that it's just drop cloth. It's easy peasy to change out, and I did some little blue pillows. The centerpiece we did together, but y'all look at these chairs. I hope I can find a picture to show y'all what these used to look like. I recovered them, so don't critique them, but I did a kind of a Jacobine, I think it's called, on the backs, and then a typical ticking stripe on the bottom. I did go around it. It had nail head trim, but I did the blue trim, and I love it. Did little ties on the back. So is it perfect? No. But do I love it? Yes. It brought in so much more color in here. Let me show you the backs of them. They're beautiful. I just love all the different colors, and it matches the rug, brings in the rug. So this room, I love that I did it kind of simple for the winter months. I just wanted some simplicity after the holiday. And you know, this has not changed much. I did add the doily piece underneath it, the linen doily, because this is, I've went back and forth about painting this piece, and I know I will never do it. I want to, but it's just so dark. So if you have a piece that's dark, try doing a piece of linen across it or a white runner. I mean, it does bring out a different effect, and it makes it look brighter. I think I may eventually matte these old pictures. They're just so dark. I love the paintings, and I'm sorry there's such a glare on it, but I would love to have them rematted, maybe with even a soft blue color. Wouldn't that be pretty? I thank y'all for joining me today. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I've missed y'all. I have recharged. I have been with my family, and I've been with my puppy. So love y'all much, and we'll see y'all Wednesday.
Gonna stay in this moment, gonna lay here on the grass. I don't need to feel lonely, I am finally home at last. And I don't mind being gone on adventures for a while. No, no. 'Cause the best thing about it is I know I'm coming back. Oh, oh. Of all the magic